What up, y'all? It's your guy Dawson from D&D TV. Thank you for rating, commenting, and subscribing. Everybody who's donated, those of you all who will, thank you. Also, go over to my other YouTube show, Dawson Speak TV. Make sure you subscribe over there. Now, let's get into this topic. Alright, y'all. Now, when I first read this story, and of course some of you all sent the story to me, but I saw it when it first came out, I read it and I did some background on this pastor, Reverend Keith Lamont. Y'all better watch out for them Lamonts. They'll switch up on y'all. Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson, his altercation that he had with a 68-year-old church member when he was at a convention or something at another church where they were celebrating pastors. And I saw the video of the physical altercation and I'm like, come on, Pastor Keith Lamont Robinson, you could have done something. You could have at least, if it was an argument, I mean, I would have preferred for you to even like, hey, if you use some bad language, that would have been fine. But to let a verbal altercation, escalate to something physical, that is just wrong, and he is to blame for this entire thing. Now, some of y'all may say, Dawson, what are you talking about? Now, this guy right here, Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson, is a Mid-South pastor, and he pled guilty earlier this week to an assault that was caught on camera. Now, the incident took place in February at Greater Mount Moriah Church during a multi-church celebration for long-standing pastors within that area. Now, the former Union Valley pastor, Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson, is seen in the video exchanging words with the 68-year-old church member, and then he gets into a verbal altercation with her, and then it turns into a physical altercation where he throws her against the wall. I mean, he just basically manhandles her against the wall. A 68-year-old woman. Now, before I show you all the news clip, because the news people are the ones that broke this story, they exposed the story, not me, so please send all your letters and concerns to the people over in Memphis News. They will answer all of your questions, fair use. Pastor Keith Lamont Robinson, your actions at this church event earlier this year were just totally deplorable, and I hope this lady is getting the help she needs. But without further ado, I'm going to let you all watch this news clip, and you can see for yourself what Pastor Keith Lamont Robinson, Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson, did. And I'll be back with the rest of my commentary.
All right, Joyce, a Mid-South pastor pleaded guilty today to an assault caught on camera. The incident happened in February at Greater Mount Moriah Church during a celebration of long-standing local pastors. This is the video. Pastor Keith Robinson is seen exchanging words with his 68-year-old church member and then throws her up against the wall. She suffered a chipped collarbone and bruises. Pastor Dr. Kenny Brewer spoke on her behalf.
She has pins in one of her legs, 2 pins in one of her legs that she'll have to walk with a crutch for the rest of her life. But she's still on a walker now, going to therapy a couple of times a week.
Robinson's attorney, Mark Messler, says this was his client's first offense, and that the video does not show the woman's behavior and hostility towards his client's family in the years leading up to that moment. Robinson is on probation for 11 months and 29 days, and charges will be dropped if he has no further issues and abides by court condition.
All right, y'all, let's go in. Now, according to Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson's attorney, the attorney says that Reverend Keith, his client, that this is his first offense and that the video does not show the woman's behavior and hostility toward Reverend Keith's family in the years leading up to the moment that took place at that multi-church event. Now, I don't know what the 68-year-old woman did to Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson and his family in all the years, but clearly the video is showing her she is not provoking him. She is walking away. And as we can see in the camera footage, Pastor Keith is walking up towards her when the lady it looks like she's trying to leave the building, and another lady is escorting her out, and he walks up to her and he puts his arms around her, and then she snatches her hands down, and he then just forcefully pushed this 68-year-old woman against the wall. You all saw that video. And then they go to the ground and it looks like he drags her, and it almost looks like he kicks her as well. So, I mean, I hear what the attorney is saying, and I know you all have to take up for your client and try to find ways to get your client off. But Reverend Keith Lamont, This is sad, man. And I know people are saying, he's a young pastor. I don't care. To me, that you should have more respect for your elders because you're young. And then being a man, a pastor, what kind of man? Well, I always told y'all in the church, y'all women don't listen to me. I said the people who get hurt in the church the most, what does Dawson always say? The people who get hurt the most in church are women and children. And y'all keep, you lying. The devil got you. Come on, leave me alone. You know I'm telling the truth. Just thank God for the truth. Wake up. There's no reason that this man, this married man, I'm so bad. There's no reason that this married pastor, a married man, if you can do a 68-year-old woman like this, Pastor Keith Lamont Robinson, Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson, what's going on with your wife, Melody? First Lady Melody her Melody Lachey Hubbard Robinson. She even kept her last name on there and just did the hyphen on yours. Oh my gosh. Who's to say, First Lady Melody Lachey? What's to say that this man, you see this in your husband? Now, come on. There are a lot of times that, people say things and, women and men say things, but you got to learn how just to walk away. Now, if it was building up so much that this 68-year-old woman was saying stuff in town or coming to different events and just saying stuff about your family, why didn't you let your wife handle the situation? Why did you have to go do it? Why didn't you take it to the elders or other people in the community and have some type of meeting or a powwow and say, look, let's just squash this stuff. What's going on? But to me, it's like it got to you so bad, and you're calling yourself a reverend up here, and you're doing, your Zoom videos every Sunday and your Bible study weekly, you and your wife Melody. It's like, are you really ready to lead? And as I was doing my research on Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson, I saw some videos, a couple years ago when he was working with, I think it was the Memphis Bridge program, a program that helps kids. And I want you all to go watch that video as well. And as I was looking at his actions and things that he was talking about, he has been groomed to be a teacher, a leader, a community activist, a pastor. Some of these kids, just like some of them are groomed to be in politics and stuff like this, he's been groomed. I could tell that he's been groomed to be in this role all of his life. And that's fine. People know early if they have a calling or whatnot. But along with that, you have to know how to be tempered. You have to know how to control your emotions. You have to know that some things that happen, that basically there are cameras everywhere. For you to think that you could do this at somebody's church, at a multi-church function, and it was not going to get out, even though it happened in February. The video is being linked. The video is being leaked now. This is just sad. Now, for his wife, Melody, First Lady Melody, I looked at your sermon that you all had, because you all go check out some of their videos. They do have a YouTube page and a Facebook page. There it is right there. Please don't go with it. Y'all gonna do whatever y'all want to do, but they do have, these people do have a YouTube page. Reverend Keith Lamont Robinson, and he preaches on there. But let me tell you something, Pastor. Even in your videos, because I watch a couple of your videos before I even do this video to get a sense of how these people are. Again, it seems like you were groomed to be a pastor. It seems like, it almost seems like they put on to me. Those people, and the Lord, and I believe it. And it's like, bruh, be yourself. Transparency is going to draw. And this goes for a lot of you people with anything. Even if you're starting a YouTube page, don't put on. Be yourself. Because people are going to be drawn to your individuality. They're going to be drawn to your uniqueness. You don't have to steal somebody else's persona or get somebody else's way of doing things. You don't have to do that. You really don't. And I think some of the leaders that I followed in my life and people that I watch, especially on social media, those people dare to be who they are. They're not trying to be like these popular people. Be yourself. Yes, some people may have made it at high in mega churches and stuff like that. And some of you all try to take their personality. And a matter of fact, let me say this. Some of y'all really, I'm telling you, y'all ain't called to preach because people be sending me videos. Dawson, this person saying the same thing you said on YouTube. It's almost like they listening to you or they listening to this other YouTube because they ain't got no word. They ain't got nothing to say. You didn't ask the Lord to pour it on you. You didn't seek God's face so God can give you the heartbeat of humanity. So it's easy for y'all to go and steal old sermons from Juanita Bynum and Bishop Jakes. It's easy for you to go and steal old sermons from G.E. Patterson and go back and steal old sermons from, what's his name? I can't even think of the other man's name now, for all these old ministers. Because y'all not asking God to give you a right now word for this generation, for the things we're going on. Come on, y'all. You can't just get in this mess because you want to make money and you want to be seen and the first lady want a hat in a parking space. I don't even go to church. And it seems like I'm telling y'all stuff to help y'all with y'all church. And this is probably why people don't go to church. Because as I see this guy here, it seems like you put on, man, like you're not really called to do this. Like you've been groomed to do this and oh, blah, blah, blah. And it comes across fake to me. Really, it does. Looking at all your videos and everything, you and First Lady Melody Lachey, it comes across fake. Seriously. Y'all don't have, I mean, for you people, like I said, who don't have a word, but you have a following and you're a pastor or a minister because your mama was one and your auntie and the family name and you just trying to keep things going. Come on, man. Dealing with people's lives here. No wonder people go listen to Iyanla Vanzant and Lisa Nichols and Tony Robinson and all those other people. No wonder they're going to listen to people on YouTube like Ralph on Infinite Waters Diving Deep. And Spiritual Zoe and all those people and Young Pharaoh. And people, because they looking for something real. They're looking for people who are authentic. I'm looking at all your videos, Reverend Keith Lamont. Bruh. You need to go back and seek God, man. Seriously, it just seems all fake to me. And that was definitely proven earlier this year when you pushed that lady against the wall. Because if you were called to do what you're called to do, people can say anything about you and it won't stop your calling and it won't deter you from doing what you're called to do. You don't think people come at me? I ain't getting, what you think I'm finna get off? I'm not trying to be stuck up here, but you think I'm finna get off what God gave me to get down? And come on, you keep going high. You take your mind to another level. That's why I say you got to elevate your mind. You got to regulate your mind, your consciousness. Y'all just want to have shouts and praise breaks and, hey. No, you got to ascend. Your consciousness got to go high. How's you going to get the people to go high if you down low? No pun intended. But anyway, y'all, I just had to get that out. Pastor Keith, y'all know it's me. I'm going to say whatever I want to say on the YouTube show I created, but I love all of y'all. Pastor Keith, you're a young pastor, you and your wife, man. You basically have a year probation. That's all they gave you. To this 68-year-old woman, mother, I hope you get better. They said that she has pins in both her legs. She has a chipped collarbone. And they also said that she is going to physical therapy a few times a week. So we wish her a speedy recovery and hopefully, this doesn't stop her from, seeking God, believing in God. Because and especially the people who saw this, there were a lot of people around who saw this at the event. So, Pastor Keith Lamont, you have to come out and address this, man. You can't hide. You got to come out on Facebook or your YouTube channel, come with your wife, and you all address the situation because this is out in the media now. People all around have seen this video, and they're going to attach your name, your ministry, anything you do to this, so you and your wife are going to have to speak on this. You can't hide behind this. Now, I'm going to let you all go off in the comments, say anything you want to say. Please be respectful because y'all know YouTube is deleting people's comments when you all get hateful. So please be respectful. Say whatever you want to say that's respectful. And I'll be back with the next video soon. Y'all, love y'all. Thank you for your support. Appreciate it. It's your guy Dawson. Peace.